Today, I got the chance to sit down with Mike Hall, one of San Francisco's most unique tennis coaches. And that's not only because of where he came from or how he rose to the top of professional tennis, but because of how he moves through life as well. Mike has this calm, unshakable kind of peace you can feel just by being around him. And that's only one of the many things I've learned by being his student these past few years. Mike grew up right here in San Francisco's Western Addition, a place where becoming a pro athlete isn't the typical plan. Yet, he carved his own path all the way to the professional level, and now he coaches tennis, full-time on his own schedule, truly living the dream. Watch on as I listen to his story, understand what it took to go pro, and bring to light the lessons he learned throughout his journey. And then, see how I match up to him as I challenge him to a tie-break match. May the best man win.
All right.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Hey, how you doing, John? Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you again.
All right. Good.
So, do you know it's actually 3 years to a week from now since I first met you and I first picked up a racket, actually.
Yeah, wow, how time flies.
I know.
How time flies,
in those 3 years, I've started from a complete beginner, made it to the top of the Tennis SF League, which is huge for me in the whole amateur world. I'm better than most of my friends now, and that's all thanks to you. And as much as I like talking about myself, we're here to talk about you because I think you have such an amazing story. Let's take it all the way from the start. So you told me you grew up here, right here in this neighborhood.
Right here in this neighborhood, yes. I grew up in the Fillmore, the Western Addition, and I learned how to play tennis right here. This is actually the court where we used to go bug the coach that was coaching here. We used to go bug him every day. It was a group of us, me and my brothers, and my friends from the neighborhood. We would bug him every day to teach us how to play tennis, and then one day he finally gave in. He was like, all right, I'm finna show you guys how to play.
Really?
And the rest is history.
So you guys, how was the tennis court around already? It was already built up?
No, they had just built this community center in 1982 at the time. They had just built this community center. This was a vacant field at the time when we was little kids, and then they built this community center, and obviously it had tennis courts, and we was curious about the courts, so we wanted to see, tennis. We wanted to learn tennis.
Wow. And how did that curiosity come about? Because what were the typical kids in your neighborhood doing?
Most kids in my neighborhood at the time, we was into roller skating, basketball, football, baseball, every other sport except for tennis.
Okay. And why was that?
I guess we didn't have tennis courts like this, our access to tennis courts. Actually, they had tennis courts at Margaret Hayward, but the older crowd, the older guys played there, and they definitely wouldn't let us play. Wow. The older guys played there. It was an older group of African Americans that played there. Okay. And they called it the water hole. And actually, a lot of them are still around today playing there.
Yeah, no, I see them from time to time. Actually, the old guys who play better than most anyone else who gets onto the court. That's pretty cool. So who was this guy who finally let you guys play here?
Ike Mitchell. Yeah.
Okay. Who was he in the community?
He actually worked at UC Hospital. He was an X-ray tech. But in his off time, his spare time, he would come down here and teach tennis. Okay. And he had a group of kids that was already playing tennis, but we naturally adapted and learned the game so quick that we was able to play with the group that he was already teaching and then advance past them. Okay, wow. And from there, we started playing tournaments. And
So how did that whole thing happen? Like how were you guys able to develop like an interest in, why was it so interesting to the point where you guys were bugging him all the time, that you wanted to play?
Mainly for me, it was because it was like a one-on-one sport. It wasn't a team thing. It was like an individual sport. And it was just different. It was the movement. It was the having to keep the ball in play. And then when we studied history, like at school, when we looked at the history of tennis, and it was a sport for kings and queens. It's like a sport for kings. That really, we was on it since then. It's like, okay, we like this.
Even so, were there many role models for tennis players, black tennis players at the time when you guys were growing up, or was there anyone to look up to at that point to garner your interest or not?
For me, when I first started, it was always Arthur Ashe, right? But then when I saw Yannick Noah win the French that year, I think it was like 81, 82, I was like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And I was all in from there.
Really?
I saw another African black man win a Grand Slam.
Yeah.
And actually to this day, he's the only one besides Arthur Ashe to win a Grand Slam.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So clearly, you know, there was a lot of motivation to play with all that, you know, all these things giving you guys inspiration and desire. So when did you start getting on the court, practicing? How did that look like? Was that like a daily thing, you know, with Ike?
Yep. So the better we got, the more dedicated we got more serious we got. So we start practicing in the morning, actually, sometimes before we even went to school. And I adapted to the game so quick, I guess because I'm a natural athlete, I play all sports. It got to the point where the teachers in school would take me out of class.
Really?
At Hamilton Rec Center and take me across the street and play tennis with me.
Really? Because
they would play tennis with me during lunch and during some class time sometimes. So it's just, I just love the sport.
Yeah, you just kept going at it.
I just kept going.
Kept doing it.
Yeah.
What would you say separated someone like you versus someone who didn't end up getting that opportunity to play? Why do you think you got that opportunity at the end of the day to work with Ike?
I think because it was easy access. It was like right across the street.
So you were there all the time?
So we was just here all the time. All the time. And then I developed a passion for it. And then the better I got, I started hanging out at Golden Gate Park. And it was a group of us, like 10 of us. We all went to different schools, but we would meet there after school and play. And we all made each other better.
Yeah.
We all made each other better.
So it was like a slow involvement that slowly grew over time, but you persisted with that. You persisted going and playing. And I mean, there was natural talent for sure, but I mean, how consistently did you need to show up to start actually seeing improvement to the point where you got to like tournament level, at least, you know, junior tournament level kind of?
Within the first year, we was playing junior tournaments. So
from not playing at all?
From not playing at all, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because we played every day. We hung out here like all day, every day.
Yeah, so it kind of is just part
Before
of the
school,
lifestyle.
after
really.
school, yep.
Okay, because, you know, thinking from nothing to junior tournaments in 1 year sounds absolutely crazy. I would not think that was possible. But finding integration in your life, I guess it fit nicely into your lifestyle already. So it was kind of like an open ground kind of you know, situation for you guys. Yeah.
And I loved it from the gate. Like whenever you have something that's a passion and you just love it, I just gravitated to just adapt to it real quick.
Yeah, and I like that actually, you know, like finding the intersection of what you love and what fits into your lifestyle seamlessly, I think is the real power, or I guess is the real, how would I say, formula to, you know, being able to do something great in the future. And I think for all of us, you know, who have different walks of life, different places where we came from, different things that are accessible, I think we should look to try and find that intersection in our own lives. You know, what comes easy to us, what do we like to do, and what's also available in our lifestyle too. I think there's something like that that's available for everyone. Would you think?
Definitely. Everybody have their own gift, you know? Like my gift or what works for me may not work for the next person, but once you find out what that is, that your gift and what your passion and what you love doing, then it's going to pay off. Because you're going to spend time, you're going to put that time into it and not even think about it. You know, it's because you love it, you know? Yeah,
that's absolutely true. So, so you started playing these junior tournaments after 1 year. That's still crazy to me. I did not know that. But so you started playing, and you know, I saw in King Richard were the only two black people playing. Everybody's got eyes on them. They felt like outsiders. Did you also feel that when you played these junior tournaments?
Yeah. At the time, I really didn't realize what was going on, but we would show up to the tournament and they would be like, "Can I help you? Like, what do you want?" Like, we were lost. And my coach was like Ike. He had the big afro, and he was part of the '70s, like the Panther movement.
Oh, okay.
He's like yelling at him, cussing him out. Like, "Did you ask them if they lost? Of course we're here to play."
Really?
Like, and I'm like, at the time I was embarrassed, but after a while I get it. You know, like we want the same treatment, we want the same gift bag, the same welcome that you give everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was definitely that.
Of course, and you know, only looking back now, or you know, when you got older, did you understand what was actually going on there, and so on. So, what do you think you needed to do to feel like you belong, or make the other members of the community say, "Oh, wait, we should take these guys seriously"? Then,
when we start winning, even if we lost the match, we played such a good match where we made a statement, like we was here, like we here to play.
Yeah.
And they had to respect that. Even if we win, lose, or draw, whatever the case may be, they had to respect your game because we put a lot of time in it.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a good feeling, you know, to go in there at first, not welcome, like they don't want you around, but by the time we leave, it's like, "Hey, how can we get in touch with you?"
Okay.
You know, you want to come practice with our kids?
Interesting.
You know?
So the response to, let's say, losing against people like you guys wasn't negative most of the time. Actually, it was more positive, and it was more of a misunderstanding or lack of awareness rather than actual conflict aversion type situation with all these other people in the tournament.
The smart ones took it as, "Oh, wait a minute, let me have him come play with our kid because he's gonna make our kid better."
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it was. It was like, "All right, he can play. Hey, you need to play with him. Billy, you're gonna play with him today."
Yeah.
So Billy would end up getting better, or whoever the case may be, they would end up getting better.
Okay.
So they kind of took advantage of it. They seen it. They seen the talent and the opportunity, and of course they wanted us there.
Of course, yeah.
But at first it was like, "Nah, what are you doing here?"
Yeah. No, of course. And so how important do you think, because you guys were a group, right? How many of you guys usually would go to these tournaments?
Like 4 or 5 of us.
Yeah, and being in a group, do you think that helped give you strength and, you know, feel that at least there was something backing you up instead of it was just you?
Yeah,
and
it definitely helped. It definitely helped because we all made each other better. And then from that group, I went to another group and started hanging out at Golden Gate Park. And it was like 10 of us.
Okay.
And one of the parents would bring us to the tournaments on the weekends, and we all went to different schools, but we would meet there after school and just hang out there all day.
Yeah.
And at that time out there, they had a lot of pros and college players out there. So it was a good time, man.
Yeah.
A lot of good tennis. So
yeah, I really do feel the power that can come from a group of people that are united towards a common goal. And, you know, being able to have this feels like you have like a system of support and comfort or safe space. How important do you think that was to feel like you could hang or, you know, give your motivation and confidence when you're actually on the court as well?
Oh, it definitely helped. It helped my confidence because you would have your peers there with you at the matches, you know, like giving you support, telling you, you know, what you're doing wrong or how to play this next shot, or having that support system is definitely important, even in life. You know, to have someone to lean on and say, "Hey, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, I may need this, I may need that." Just like the kids out here today, it's like for them to have that support system and someone they can turn to is very important. It's very important.
Absolutely, because if you're going through a lot of these difficult things alone, it's oftentimes it's impossible to always be able to overcome a lot of difficulties if you're completely alone. At some point, you're going to run out of juice. You're going to run out of.
You're going to burn yourself out. Definitely.
Exactly, you know, and that's when you kind of need that support system just to keep you or each other afloat consistently. But especially when you kind of fall into those like difficult times, that's when, you know, they're there to lift you up. Did you have any difficult times or hard time in particular or an event in particular where, you know, that group and support system really helped you out during the junior tournaments and whatnot?
Yeah, I had matches where people yell like racist things to me and stuff, and I don't know how I would have acted if I was just there or reacted to it if I was alone there. But since you had like your peers there around you, it was like, it was a confidence booster, because they was like, you got him, like, you know.
Yeah, don't listen to him.
Yeah, don't listen to him, you got him. He's just mad.
Yeah.
But if I'm there by myself, I'm gonna react like what you say?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's gonna be a big old confrontation.
Yeah.
But you have your team there or your friends, and they're on the outside looking at it, so they can see the whole picture.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really interesting how other people can help keep your intrusive thoughts in check.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, thanks for that. So you were finishing up, you know, the junior circuit when you're, I guess, in your mid to late teens. When did you start to realize you could go professional, skill-wise or system-wise? Like, when did things started to seem like you actually could take
After I
that
went
step?
to college. After I started going to college, because college was like grooming you and preparing you to get out there for the pros. Is like the routine, the on-court work, the off-court work, the mindset, the meditation, and just like everything.
Yeah.
And college really helped me with that. And after that, I was like, hey, might as well give it a try. Everybody else was.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So college,
Yep.
Sorry, I'll take a step back a bit. And so college was time for you to kind of adopt the system of a professional,
Yep.
from what it sounds like.
Yep.
You know, more than technical.
Yep.
You know, I mean, those things you already had to have all the fundamentals in there, but to actually get to that next level
Yep.
and compete at the college level, you had to
Yeah.
have all these lifestyle and just a life system in check for you
Yep.
to get to that next level. Was that kind of what you honed while you were in college?
Definitely. Plus you have to remember you have your teammates around you too, so you all building off of each other. Just like it reminded me kind of in the juniors when you had your teammates and your friends around you, and it's like steel sharpens steel. So you would always practice with each other. We would always work on each other's games, and college was the same way with your teammates. You know, they're always helping you.
Yeah.
They're always like looking out, hey, you need to work on this, or hey, you need to work on that. And they're even there to stop you from when you have that idle time, and you know you can go to the left or to the right and get distracted. You have someone there to say, hey man, that's not cool. Come on, let's go do this.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And I'm assuming the resources like coaching and court availability and everything, those are all in place for you to kind of allow you to focus on tennis really and let go of all the other distractions.
Yep.
What exactly were you focusing on when you had all that free time? Like what is it do you need to focus on when you have those resources to focus and dial in? What is it exactly that you kind of think about and you know goes on your mind?
You definitely, one thing that's important that you do have to have is the passion, like we were saying before, and the mindset. Because you can be in that setting, but if that's not what you really want, it's not going to work out. Because I've known kids who grew up playing tennis all their life, once they got to college and away from that parent that just kept pushing them, they kind of fizzled out. They didn't even want to play no more.
Really?
So you have to have that mindset that this is what you want to do, or the passion. You know, and if you do have that passion, then the coach, like I said, the coaches, your teammates, everybody will push you. I mean, it's there to help you. It's a lot of people that's on the same page as you that want to also improve and get better and work on their craft. So it could be a good thing, and then.
But you would see a lot of people burn out because they were kind of brought along on this journey by someone else or by, you know, a different...
They're living someone else's dreams.
Could you see it in their eyes?
Definitely.
People?
Definitely. You could tell if they want to play or if they're just going through the motion, definitely.
Really?
Yeah. Definitely, you could tell
by their demeanor on the court, mostly.
Yeah, their mind state really.
Yeah.
The mind state. You can just tell if they're living through somebody else's dream or if this is what they really, really want to do.
Yeah.
It's in the game. You can tell in their game.
Yeah.
If they're just going through the motions.
And I mean, I think that applies true for so many different parts of your life, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Hey everyone, if you're new to the channel, here at SIMVO, we explore life's toughest questions through deep reflections, challenges, and beautiful interviews. All so that we can live life a little better and a little brighter. Let's dive into this video.
Once they get away from their parents or the person who was pushing them into this sport, they just fizzle out. They don't want to even play anymore. Some of them just hate the sport.
I know that, yeah.
That's actually terrible because it should always be fun, you know? Tennis is like a life learning experience. It's a lot of problem solving and stuff like that. You have to have a passion for it. You know, for me, it was an opportunity to get out of the hood, you know? It was an opportunity to travel and to go places and just to get away from it, because this neighborhood, it wasn't so nice at one point. You know, it was a lot of crime. It was a lot of crack, drugs. It was all kind of distractions, you know, alcohol.
Once you step onto the court,
that's
all kind of...
It's a safe space. It still is a safe space to this day for kids that has a lot going on at home and stuff, you know. They can get away from it at least for a minute, you know.
Yeah. So for you, is that where you found a lot of love in the tennis?
Yep.
You know, about the game itself. I know you found that love very early on, but what in particular did you love about the sport?
I love the lifestyle, the clothing, you know, just like everything appealed to me. The lifestyle, the opportunity that it presented, you know, to get away from here, to go travel, to go to different country clubs or just different countries and just to travel, just to see the world through tennis. Yeah. You know, because it's a global sport. They play everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It is, and a lifelong
everywhere.
sport. It's and there's many beautiful courts that you get to play on, which I really enjoy about the sport, especially with nice views or just nice scenery around you. Yeah. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I imagine that love and that true passion and desire for the sport is what brought you to that professional level. What do you think now was the difference between playing in college versus making it professionally? Beyond now, it's just beyond the lifestyle stuff that you learn and hone in college. What's left for that next step to go professionally?
Actually, it was kind of easy in college. You know, you didn't have to go out there and worry about your wins and losses too much. Because on the professional level, your sponsors or whoever's helping you out at the time, they don't want to hear about a close match. They just want to know if you won or lost.
Okay.
So in college, you know, you didn't really have to worry about that. But a lot of professionals on tour, it's kind of hard because you're hungry and you have to win. You know, that's the end result. You have to win.
And your livelihood depends on it too.
Yep, and your livelihood depends on it. And most people that really make it come from a successful background because they have the resources and the money to keep them out there and to keep them out there. And that's how they usually adapt and become successful, because they're out there and they're around that environment so much. So if you're out there, if you're around good people all the time, you're naturally gonna get better.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just the money to stay out there, to travel to this place or that place or this place.
So what I'm getting is that, you know, with college and pre-professional level, you know, you bring everything to the max level, like your lifestyle, your diet, your training regimen, your fundamentals. Yeah. And at the professional level is more about kind of maintaining that status in all levels all the time, basically. Yeah. It's kind of what it sounds like is the main difference. Yeah. You know?
The main difference is you always have to adapt. You always have to adapt your game. You always have to want to get better. You always have to seek for improvement. Just like in life, you always want to improve. You always want to, as soon as you get satisfied or, content, then that's when it's kind of over. But if you're always pushing, you always want to improve, then just like in life, you're going to get better.
Yeah.
You have to put the time in. You definitely have to put your time in and dedication in.
I think that's what makes players who stay at the top so consistently so great, is their ability to do that, to maintain that level. Because someone can win a slam once in their career. They're dialed in, they're set, they're better than everyone for that one moment, but then maybe they're content or something changes and then they lose that. But those who can maintain that level consistently I think it's extremely difficult to do. Because so many things need to be in place all the time. You're always fighting to keep things under control so that you can actually maintain this top 10, top 5, ranking status.
Yeah. And it's always people gunning for you. I think that's what drives the top players, because they know that someone's always gunning for them. They know that they have to keep elevating. They have to keep changing their game. And about changing your game, you have to go through the growing pain. You have to be able to accept the fact that, all right, I'm learning this new shot. It's not going to work perfectly, but I'm going to stick with it until I get it. Some people just want to win like right now, so they don't want to make that sacrifice or that commitment.
Yeah.
But if you make that commitment and sacrifice to the right and the proper technique is going to hold up over, a test of time, over a period of time. That proper technique is going to get you through. It's not going to seem like it at first when you're trying it and you're losing, but over a long period of time, the proper technique and the proper way to do it is going to hold up.
Yeah, no, that's very similar to like in golf too. Oftentimes when you have to change your swing, they say it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yep.
Which I've found to be true, and it's absolutely worth going through those worst moments, because when you come out on top, after all that, you're so much better than you were when you started.
Yep.
Despite the journey maybe not looking like that was ever going to happen.
Yeah.
So you made it professionally. What was your highest ranking in either the singles or doubles?
I had a higher ranking in the doubles. I don't really remember the number, but I did have a ranking in the singles and the doubles in the ITF.
Okay.
So I think it was like 700 or something.
Okay, yeah.
And then the doubles was a little higher because I played more doubles. Fortunately, I had better doubles partners.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had higher ranked players I was playing with.
Yeah.
To play doubles with.
Okay,
so
great.
Doubles was cool.
Yeah, you enjoy doubles more than singles? I mean, you're quite a good singles player, so...
Doubles was good, though.
Doubles was fun,
It was all tennis. It was a chance to make some little change, travel, go see different places.
Okay, I like that. So, and what's the most special moment in your career that you look back on most fondly? A win, even a loss, or just a great match? What was the most special moment that, you hold dearly to yourself?
Oh my God, I think when my mom came to one of my college matches.
Really?
It was the last match. It was the college match, and it was for the win. It was like we was tied up, and I needed that win for us to get the win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, for the whole team to
for
get
the whole
win.
team to win. Yeah. I think that was a special moment.
Okay. Yeah, because I assume your mom. No.
Perfect.
No.
Yeah. So I'm guessing your mom never was able to come to many of your matches up until that point?
Not when I was that good. The better I got, it was like she had work. But in the juniors, it was on the weekends and stuff, so she got to see some matches then. But that was
Okay, that's great. I really, I really like your whole story. How you, got to the point that you were. There's a lot of people in your community still here. A lot of kids I see all the time that I work with too. What would you like to say to them for how they should look forward to their lives and careers, whatever journey that they may go through?
Don't get distracted, because there's a lot of distractions out there. It's a lot of setbacks, but you have to look at it as not a loss but a lesson in life. You're going to have many lessons in life, and you have to find out what you love doing and just commit all the way.
Yeah.
You know, and what you love doing may not be what's popular or what's cool. You know, whatever you love doing, do it. Don't worry about being popular or being cool. Just worry about being happy.
Yeah.
You know, don't worry about fitting in with everybody.
Yeah. I think once you start getting really good at what you love to do, you start being cool automatically on your own too, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
So what I also, and I think you mentioned something there that reminded me of something really interesting, is you're one of the few people I see who just, you seem like you're happy all the time. You seem like not a care in the world. Everything's going great all the time. I mean, I know everyone has problems, but every time I see you, you're like unfazed with life and just enjoying it wholeheartedly. How did you get to that point?
Well, you get to that point by being around a lot of negativity, right? Messed up environment, I would say. And just looking at a lot of my friends and the people that I grew up with in the community that's not here no more, or in jail, or either gone or in messed up situations. And I look at it as, it's not that bad. You know, it's not that bad. It could be a lot worse. You could be locked up in San Quentin somewhere, or you can be like not here, dead and gone. You know, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
You know, you're here, you're woke, you're alive. You have a chance to make it better.
Yeah.
You know,
and you know you're able to still run on the court. You're able to play all the time. I think developing that ability to appreciate your situation is so important, and I think that's a skill that you can actually develop to know how to find the perspectives that can lead to your own sense of satisfaction with where you are.
Yeah.
You know, because I think everybody has such a different path, and you know, you need to look at your own path and be able to appreciate that as a baseline, or else if you're not able to do that, where are you gonna go? You're gonna start losing sight of where straight is, right? You're gonna go left and right, like you were saying. And now you're pretty much a full-time tennis instructor, right? You teach all my friends, myself for 3 years, all the kids. Does it ever feel like work to you?
No. I think that's why I love doing it. It doesn't doesn't feel like work. I just love the game, you know, and I'm always out there working on something, or just tweaking something, or just noticing what somebody's doing wrong and seeing little ways I can help them.
Yeah.
You know, and that right there is a lot for me, you know, just to help someone else out with this game.
Yeah, and it seems that, you know, a lot of your satisfaction and calmness just comes from you enjoying all these things without an end goal in mind. Like, you like to see someone improve, but you don't have a whole story for them to complete for you to be happy. It seems just the act of seeing what they want to improve, or what you just said, is really what genuinely makes you happy.
Yep. Because my goal is to give them everything that I have about this game and this sport, and everything I can pour into them to help them. I'm gonna help them with it. They have to want the end game or the goal. They have to have a vision of what they want to achieve, and then once it's set, what they want to achieve, it's just like, hey, I'm gonna help you all I can.
Yeah.
You know,
and you know, I've gotten the great benefit of experiencing all of your passion in teaching since I was your student 3 years ago. And from not starting to play tennis until now, I'm pretty much better than all my friends.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two, like Ramon, who's an ex-pro though, so that's fair.
Yeah, your game has came a long way.
What do you think, for someone like me, why do you think I've been able to improve so much in the past 3 years?
I think it's a willingness to listen. I think it's the athletic ability that's already there, and I think it's the love of the sport, you know, and the willingness to get better, you know, the dedication. Because I always see you out here, you're playing. You're not just playing with me. You're playing with other people, and you're playing matches, and you're playing. The big thing about playing matches is you want to see what you needed to work on. You know, that's like a truth tell. You know, you can't avoid that. All right, I need to work on my serve. I need to work on my backhand or approach. You know, the match is going to tell you what you really need to work on.
Yeah, no,
you know?
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. For me, it all starts, in here.
Yep.
And, what, like, I really want it. I really love doing this, and I really love, going forward like that. And so now, what about the opposite end of students who never get better? They reach a certain plateau, and then they never get better. What?
That's a good question. A lot of those students don't want to just make the sacrifice and just change. They want to do what's comfortable for them, because a lot of time to change, you got to come out of your comfort zone. Just like in life, you have to come out of your comfort zone sometimes to be better or to succeed. If you stay in your comfort zone, then you're just going to stay right here. But if you can get out of your comfort zone, and that's going to make you go to a higher ceiling, I think, if you get out of your comfort zone.
I think, like you said that earlier, a lot of people are not willing to go through that slump that precedes the actual spike in your skill. And why do you think that is? Is it more just not wanting it enough, being lazy, or just enjoying doing good enough in this, at the level that you're at right now?
Mainly that, just being satisfied.
Yeah.
A lot of them get satisfied, and then there's like, well, I don't want to do that. I just want to, play tennis and exercise and have fun.
Yeah.
They don't really want to take it to another level.
Which is fine, of course, right? It's totally fine.
Yeah, that's totally fine. As long as you're getting some exercise. As long as you're getting some exercise, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
As long as you're out there getting some exercise.
Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of exercise, I think it's time to put your money where your mouth is.
That's right.
So I'm about to challenge you to a best of three 10-point tiebreak.
Tiebreakers. Yep.
So we're gonna get changed, and then we'll set up, and then we'll go from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for this.
Yes.
Great,
you got it. Yep.
Story, Mike. All right, now it's time for the challenge. Mike, are you ready?
Of course.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, I'm gonna try my best, but what's gonna be your strategy against me? You know how I play and stuff.
Strategy will be to get a lot of balls back.
Yeah.
Move you. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of my strategy as well. I got to stay patient because I definitely can't out-hit Mike, but I'm going to use my speed and consistency and then go in when I can, right?
That's right.
That's right?
That's right. That's a good game plan.
All right. Let the best man win.
That's right. Let's do it. All right.
The format's going to be best of 3 tie breaks to 7. So we'll start the first tie break this side and no serves as well. And let's get going. Too good. All right, well done, Mike. All right, 7-1.
Another one?
Yeah, we'll switch sides.
Okay.
Good one.
One more. Try to move it like you said. Don't hang it up the middle.
Yeah, I think the baseline battles aren't gonna work with me if I'm against you. I think I need to stay consistent and try and be a bit more
aggressive.
A bit more aggressive, but not too aggressive, right? Maybe try and hit the corners more instead of down the middle.
Yep. Move the ball.
Okay. All right. Well, that was not a surprise. I lost 7-1 there, but it's okay. We have another set to go. Let's see if I can maybe win, maybe at least get a decent score. Impossible. I can't believe I thought I actually had a chance. Every time, just when I think I can get him.
Good ball.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I haven't had one opportunity to attack yet. Okay, 5-1.
Yep, 1, 2.
Wide. 6-5. Okay, there's a chance. There's a chance of equalizing right here. Stay patient.
2.
Wow. Oh. All right, 6-all. Oh no. Oh well. That was fun while it lasted.
Thank you, John. Good comeback there.
Yeah, that was good, eh?
Yeah.
Good
Thank
stuff.
you.
All right,
Thank you, John.
You too, man. How do you think that went for you?
It went pretty good, but I think the improvement that you've made, the strides, the steps, it's amazing. You know, keep up the good work, keep up the hard work, keep playing.
Yeah.
As you go and you play, you'll get better and better. You'll figure it out more and more.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, every game is different. Every point is different. No 2 points are the same.
Yeah.
Work your way into the match like you were just doing. Get a lot of balls back. Try to stay more aggressive on some balls.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
just hang it.
No.
Don't loop it up there. Don't give me time to move you and run you.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that last tiebreak we did was a lot better.
Yep.
I was a lot more, I'd say, dialed in and more patient too.
Yep.
Even though it felt like it was just a relentless, you know, hit back of so many shots I had to keep going. I felt like if I just concentrated at each moment and hit it back, I'd be okay. And
definitely
started working.
Yep.
And then you just went and humbled me. Yeah, exactly.
One more ball.
I had a few nice points there that I'm happy with, so honestly can't complain. But yeah, thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you.
That was great.
Great job. Great improvement.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Keep up the good work.
For those of you guys watching, thanks for making all the way till here. I hope you guys learned a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Peace.
Let's go. Thanks for joining me today on SIMVO. I hope today's conversation inspired you to think differently or gave you a new perspective on life. If it did, definitely let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more interviews, challenges, and deep reflections, all so that we can learn to be better people every day.